From the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's Tan Talk.
Good morning and welcome to Dispatch Radio, brought to you by theGlobalDispatch.com and our sponsor, Stout Auto. I am Brandon Jones. This is where we get together and we catch you up on all the news that's going on in the world. We focus on some commentary, some information, and kind of give you a cliff notes of what's going on outside those four walls of your home and your life. And with me, as always, the managing content editor of theGlobalDispatch.com, the infectious disease guru himself, Robert Harriman. How are you this morning?
Hey, Brandon, Jake. It's a great morning so far, and we've got an action-packed show.
We certainly do. Yeah, my son Jake Jones, our executive producer in training, is with us this morning. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, thank you.
All right. So, Bob, we definitely have a whole lot of stuff going on this morning. We have at the bottom of the hour, we have Bruce Carroll with us. He is going to catch us up on a movement in South Carolina. It's called the Carolina Conservatives United. It's a group that is dedicated to, quote, defeat Lindsey Graham. We're going to talk to him and kind of the sentiment on the ground there, what's going on. And then about 20 minutes or so, we're going to have on Bob Washam. Did I say that correctly?
That's right.
All right, he's going to catch us up on the outbreak of dengue fever here in Florida, kind of get us an update on that. And then at the close of the show, near the end there, we're going to have on Pastor Don White. He's the pastor over at East Point Assembly of God, and they are running and organizing a charity golf tournament. He's going to catch us up on the details and how you get involved with that. So with that, let me give you the numbers because I really want to have someone call in, give me your thoughts on this. The numbers to call, 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000, toll free at 1-866-826-1340. There's a very disturbing story that obviously gets drowned out in the news this week. Was a letter that a mother in she wakes up and she finds this letter, and she's in Ontario, Canada. So it's not a U.S. story, but the whole point of this is I think it's just how disturbing this is, and that this could be in our neighborhoods. In this letter, it's discussing this woman's teenage boy who has autism. And the letter reads, and I'm not going to read all of the letter, but let me jump through some. It says, I also live in this neighborhood and have a problem. And everything has like 3 or 4 explanation points after it, just so you know when you see the letter. You can check it out at theglobaldispatch.com. If you go to our Facebook page, I put a link there. That's Facebook.com/Dispatch Radio. I also live in this neighborhood and have a problem. You have a child that is mentally handicapped and consciously decided that it'd be a good idea to live in close proximity neighborhood like this. You selfishly put your kid outside every day and let him be nothing but a nuisance and a problem to everyone else with that noise-polluting wailing he constantly makes. Let me just stop there. I don't know what kind of selfish, self-indulgent person this is, but can you imagine telling a parent of any child how selfish they are by allowing their kids to play outside? It was just okay. Anyway, it only gets worse. It says when you feel your idiot kid needs fresh air, take him to our park, you dope. We'll have a nature trail. Let him turn around in those places and make noise. Crying babies, music, even barking dogs are normal sounds in a residential neighborhood. He is not. He is a hindrance to everyone and always will be that way. It goes on to say, who the hell is going to care for him? No employer will hire him. No normal girl is going to marry or love him. And you are not going to live forever. Personally, they should take whatever, I want to make sure I quote this right, non-retarded body parts he possesses and donate it to science. What the hell else good is he to anyone? It goes on to say, you had a retarded kid. Deal with it properly. What do you have to do? What right do you have to do this to hardworking people? I hate people like you who believe just because you have a special needs kid, you are entitled to special treatment. And then it she goes through a few more comments about trying to get this person to leave. She compares him to a wild animal, and then she says, do the right thing and move or euthanize him. Let that sink in for a moment, folks. Bob, you didn't know about this story, and we were prepping for the show. What were your first thoughts when you read this?
Well, I mean, clearly this unnamed individual is incredibly cruel and thoughtless. I learned many years ago that worse than physical violence, words can really hurt, and this is just really evil. And my second thought on this is just an act of being a coward. I mean, you put this anonymous letter on the grandmother's house. I think it's the grandmother's house, and then you just walk away, and nobody knows where this comment came from, and you can't be confronted with it. And there's just a lot of problems with this letter. And
I'd love to hear from you if you want to give us a call, 727-441-3000. Jake, you didn't know about the story either. I mean, are you just mortified? You're over there shaking his head at one point.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, if I went outside, my parents would be thrilled. So I don't know why this person has a problem with some kid playing outside. So, I mean.
Well, obviously the autistic kid makes a lot of noise, and so that's somehow inconveniencing this person's life. So hence the reason she needs to move to euthanizing him, evidently.
Yeah, sorry for making noise, kids. Be careful, they might euthanize you.
I mean, it's just. All right, I don't know how you'd react, but I'd make photocopies of the letter, and I'd go door to door and go, hey, listen, this was left on my door. I don't know if you're the one who did it or not, but I just want to let you know what's in my neighborhood. Next door, through the entire neighborhood, and let everyone know who's living in their community. Now, there has been a short update. I'm surprised there's not more of this yet, but I believe there will be as word gets out on the story. There has been one community rally that has come out to support the child. His name is Max and their family. So I think there'll be more of that. I think the family will find that we will rally behind them and support her and this child, and not go the route of this person that wrote this letter. But what does this say about the sanctity of life and how the society and communities care about our children, or the lack thereof, Bob?
Well, isn't that one of the major issues with abortion? It's an issue of convenience and inconvenience. I'm pregnant. Well, not me. And it's not the right time. It's not the right person.
Right,
so,
you don't have the right means to take care of the child or whatever.
It's an inconvenience, so let's take care of that issue. And just telling somebody to euthanize their child, I mean,
it's not
is there a worse thing you could say to somebody?
No, there is not.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
So.
And again, a special needs child of some kind, someone that has an illness of anything. I mean, it just.
I mean, your heart should be going out to this family,
And they're wonderful people. We work with Special Olympics and things like that for years, and they're all just such wonderful blessings. And he's autistic. I'm not even sure that he's even got, it talks about him being mentally handicapped in the letter, but I haven't actually heard or read anything that has confirmed the child actually has a mental limitation.
It'd be nice to get a hold of the family.
I'm trying to reach out to them. They are in Ontario, so it's been a little bit of a challenge to get the correct information. So we're going to move on from that, but if you do want to call and chime in, we will gladly take your call, 727-441-3000. 1-866-826-1340. All right.